All right, guys, welcome in. It is Wednesday, November 19th. Trade Lounge. I'm gonna get creative with these names. So in the morning, it's Trade Lounge New York, and during this time is Trade Lounge Sydney, and Sydney time zone, and it's this morning in Sydney, Australia. I still talk to people over there. Great people there. When I was in New Zealand, they all came. It's really good. So this is Trade Lounge Sydney edition. Okay, Ms. Iris, I see you there. Who else? Who else? That's it for now. All right, let me go ahead and get started recording here. And it goes Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. I'm your host, Gerardo G. Pies. This is Trade Lounge Sydney edition. Yeah, let's see what the charts have to us. We'll review what we did in the morning, and then we'll see what kind of opportunity presents itself for the remainder of the evening. I believe the NFP is tomorrow, so it's a little interesting stuff like that. But we're going to go ahead and take the cameras out the way. I notice when the recording comes around, the what's it called? The video kind of gets in the way, so I want to make sure that when you catch the recording, you can have the best experience there. So, all right, perfect, guys. Where are we at now, right? Where are we at now? Let's quickly check the news. I think because with the whole government shutdown and everything, I think everything has been shifted around and it's just been funky, inconsistent dates and times. So I just kind of take a quick look at that. Forexfactory.com. I personally, guys, right? I just use the website to kind of be aware of what news events are coming out. Mainly during the morning. Make sure you're synchronized with your time zone. Also, too, I personally filter everything. I take everything out and just keep USD. And I take off the yellow folders. Only high, medium, and no impact. That's the that I have there. And so, today we had these two news events. And which interestingly enough, right, the drop happened before President Trump spoke, and then during the FOMC minutes, it didn't really do much either. We do get to moving back down, but not too much. Tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, this is right here interesting, right? This non-farm employment change at 7:30 in the morning usually happens the first Friday of the month, right? And it's happening mid-month now. Because I think last month, I don't even think we had an NFP, right? Because we were closed, government was closed, so none of these dates and folders were consistent. So tomorrow, I think correct me if I'm wrong, Danimal, is the government open back up again? What's the status on that? If you have any?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the government, I just saw that he signed a bill for the release the Epstein file, so I haven't heard anything about the.
Yeah, that's the one that's been taking over, right? The
Uh,
that and aliens, right?
I no kidding, man.
Interesting. But I appreciate that, Danimal. But
I'll check
yeah,
though.
yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I just wasn't sure. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Um, but yeah, so so a lot of times when the NFP is coming, London doesn't move much, right? London doesn't move much. It kind of slows down because everybody's waiting for this report. So there's no movement during London. It's also wise to kind of just let it go and just see what happens and see what happens in New York. But we'll review what we have today. Um, I've always had in the back of my mind that every day around 2 p.m., I do a little series called Hindsight 2020. Do we get it right? Do we get it wrong? Type of thing. And this is the chart basically that in hindsight, right? It's the move that we could have taken. Today's move was the sell, right? This is the move that we wanted to be in. We actually bought, we were trying to sell from higher. Our take profit was that green line. Okay. And once price got to our green line, our take profit was literally 41.39. And price reversed it was still wasn't close. It was 41.33. So we're still about 60 pips away, which is still quite a few, right? But I wanted price to go a little bit higher to a 20-minute drop base drop. So we kind of we got there was we were I was in profit pretty good. And then when price went back down, and just I ended up breaking even on some of the positions that I had, but I wasn't drawdown pretty good and kind of rebalanced it out a little bit there. Um, but right, we'll go over how we could have caught this move, and then from there we'll go and review. So for starters, every time I'm doing a New York session in the morning, I'm always at the charts like 8 o'clock, right? And map out the higher time frames, map out the previous daily candle, all the good stuff, right? That we normally like to do. And here we were like this, right? There was a 2 hour rally based rally. We were above the Asian session. I thought we were gonna push up and touch this zone right here, right? 45. I wanted to sell from that 45, yeah, from this 20-minute drop base drop, right? That was kind of my intention right there. Shut down in 11:13. Okay, there it is. So okay, like all right, there's some opportunity to the top side. Okay, it's about 27, 30 pip, $30, 300 pip movement. That is right down, right? That's 300 pips. $26 is 260 pips, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So that's 200, 300 pips in there, right? So that was a good opportunity to take it there. Now, if if how would I sold from there just by looking at this chart mark? Well, the only way that I would personally sell based on how I review the charts is just using the anatomy, right? Using the anatomy of the drop base drop, right? Literally the way that I would do it. Use the anatomy of the drop base drop, and based on that, right? That's the entry. The stop loss could be at the high, okay, of the first drop or the high of the second drop, however you want to play it. Let's just play consistently, drop, base, drop, and you would enter there, okay, and you would put your stop loss entry there, stop loss at that high, and based on the entry to stop loss, right, you'll either go for a 1-to-1, 2-to-1. In this scenario, let's do a 2-to-1. All right, how many pips is that? That is a 260 pip stop loss, but a 500 and something, 530 something pip reward, which is very good, right? Nothing wrong with these setups, guys, because it is a big range in pips. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's good for you. It's good for us to kind of get used to just marking up a chart and then fine tune it. If we hit play, price never got it. Okay, price never got it. Now, again, in hindsight, right? How can we trust to the left? Well, you can only find it in hindsight, to be honest. So what I like to do is like, okay, I marked that little area here. What made price reverse, right? What made price reverse? What it made turn around? You look left a little bit, and again, there's another drop, base, drop. Yeah, see that there, guys? Another drop, base, drop there. So it go for down.
And that would have been the stop loss if you had the lower. Yeah, right. So if you played that, that would have been the stop loss. So that acted as resistance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What acted as resistance animal? Sorry.
The stop loss that red line you drew as your
The
Y
entry.
price stop would have been the stop loss range for
Oh,
sell
gotcha.
on that particular drop base drop.
Got it. Makes sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, so this one here, actually, hold on, there was a little wick right here. So
Yeah, so
on
that's where the wick is where I would have put the stop loss.
yes, right there,
Yeah.
right there,
Yeah.
perfect. So a
Right.
lot of times, guys, right, and this is the reason why I show you guys this example. I'm going to erase that line, erase this line here, okay, and there goes the drop base drop. Here's where it's tricky, right? We already touched it one time here, and maybe a second time there, right? And then maybe a third time there, right? That's that we already touched it there. A lot of times, and again, I know I learned this stuff by experience. Okay. And I've noticed a lot there, right? If the range of the drop of the base is not working, or if it goes above it, now I'm paying attention and I notice that the open of the first drop, there's a lot of volume there. So the drop base drop pattern is still valid, okay? But the open of the first drop is very strong based on what we have here. And literally wicked it right there, nicked it and turned around. It nicked it and turned around to the T. So after I found that out, so this entry would have been tricky, right? This entry, we would have put the entry at the open of there with the stop loss at that high, right? And then we take it back down to the low. But get how we got there wasn't really the best confirmation to really, kind of trust that zone and take it down. So, that's just giving you observation there. Another thing that, anytime Demo, feel free to chime in with your points. More than welcome.
Yeah, I was curious if anybody caught the buy before it turned around. That's why I wanted to see if anybody, because the setup we had this morning,
Let me see. Let me see.
did it actually hit the 41, 43 level?
41. No, it turned around right at
At
41.33.
Oh, 41.33. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And so is that like the negative 382 of that particular fib you
And
got?
that's exactly what I was going to measure right here, Daniel. So check
Yeah.
this out. So it was actually this negative 618. So I did measure that. So
Okay.
taking the previous day, guys, right? Taking the previous daily candle, right? Previous daily candle on Tuesday was bullish. Okay. Wednesday open kind of wicked into the 23.38%, and then we expanded upwards. We got the rally base rally. We were kind of hoping for something like this. Boom. And then take it there, right? This is what we were looking for. Pull back, good balance of price, and then take it to the top side. But if price does not move that way, right? Price is gonna overextend first and then drop. Make sense? So price either will impulse. Let me draw here on the right hand side. Price will either impulse, retrace, and then extend, or price will impulse, barely retrace, overextend, and then pull back. Which one's going to happen at what time? Which one's more consistent? It's a different factors of it. But that's kind of what happens. So today, what happened, right? We did get a little pullback first. Right? Oops, actually, no. It was more on the lower time frame. I think this little wick right here, this wick right here was the one that did it. But again, though, using the fib of the previous day, we were already above the two take profit extensions. And then the moment it hit the negative 618 down,
Yeah. Yep.
that's where very near. That's when it got the volume
Mm-hmm.
and turned it around. Okay. And simultaneously, that was right in between the 61 and the 50% of Friday. Okay. 60 and 50 is Friday. So, that's the drop. So again, though, it is really hard to catch this unless you're kind of already selling there, trusting the left. So in my opinion, guys, the sell is just starting. This is the confirmation that we wanted to see. And we got it, guys. We got it. And I think we're literally, I mean, we're literally, I don't trade during this time as much. I'm not as confident with with the volume. But on a technical scenario, right? In a technical scenario, we had a rally-based rally. It got overran. Came back and touched this one, pulled back, and now we're back below it. And then this 2 hour is behaving like resistance. You see that same equilibrium level is behaving like resistance. Alrighty. Friday's price action was a very bearish price action. This is the fib that represents them. And here's the 23% of it. Okay. Can we keep going lower? How did today close, Dynamo? Let's see.
I
Look
think
at
it closed
this one right
oh
here.
yeah, crazy doji.
Yeah.
Inverted hammer, they call it.
Mhm. Yeah. For those
So
that are
that could be an indication that we could continue going bearish.
okay.
Yeah, we could continue going bearish because of that.
I like it, man. I do like it. I mean, if we were to fib that, we're definitely way below the 23%. But check this out, guys. Okay. Let's just go ahead and just not overthink it. Previous day closed bullish, correct?
Hmm.
Previous day closed bullish. The same thing we do on the weekly candle, we can do it to the daily candle. So that's the previous daily high. So PDH. And this is the previous daily low. Okay. PDL. Okay. After you've gotten your range low to high, what do we do next? You fib it.
Hmm.
There we go. Okay. Previous daily candle. I'll go to the 4-hour chart. My fib will be there. And here goes the fib right here. So it's a bullish fib because that candlestick closed bullish. But there's a big wick, a lot of selling pressure. Let's see what the remaining price action does. Look at that, guys. See that wick right there? Very near 23% of that bullish impulse. So there goes the bullish impulse. There goes the retracement. It closed somewhere there. And then it did that movement, just basically missing that 23%. Right. So, I like us to continue going down. And I think you had a huge drop, didn't you, man?
Yeah.
Like you're thinking price is gonna go way lower.
Yeah, I'm looking for a price somewhere around 37.13.
Yeah, I remember. And what was I didn't ask you in the morning because obviously we were more focused on the intraday.
Yeah.
But what was your reasons for that?
We go into your weekly chart.
Okay.
I fib that entire impulse from that all those candles. Yep.
From
I
the
fib
first
that
one?
entire thing. Yep.
Okay. I remember you saying that. Okay.
And then talking about this 50 is right there, 38.45 come down to
Yes.
618, which is our favorite zone.
Okay.
37.13
There
or
it goes.
37.15, right in that neighborhood. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely feasible. I mean, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 consecutive bullish weeks. It's going to try to turn around a little bit there. 50% is always a first target. So to me, even this low is a first target, right? 38.90. We'll probably
Hmm.
get a reaction there and probably work our way back down. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's solid there, man. That's solid there. And I believe, let's see, go to FXC. So much stuff here. And we do the same thing you just did, Danimal. Here, fib, this entire 9 weeks of bullishness.
Hmm.
And look at that, guys. Okay. The same thing we say all the time. Sound like a broken record, but that's how you want to sound in trading.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Below the 236 on that. And so I'd keep looking for to test the 50 and you know, play my 1, 2, 3 strategy. I mean, if you're really talking about doing a swing trade and really hanging in for a long haul trade,
I mean,
look,
I think even right here, Danimal, this is a good one here. To the
yep,
low of 38.90 is a decent one.
that's a good,
Just based on the fib here,
yeah,
that's a decent target right there. I mean,
yeah, 38.86, yeah.
I do like that as a target. Okay. And
Yeah, at least
between
test that level again, see if it doesn't go below that.
that is $180 change drop in price, which is oh
108,000, so you're talking
yeah,
about 1,080 pips.
yep. It's a good amount of pips, man. Good amount of pips. I mean, let's just do some math here. Let's see. 1,080.
Oh, 1,080 pips, yeah.
You need to put in like a 0.25. That's not bad. 2,500 bucks. I mean,
Yeah,
I could,
2,500 bucks, not
yeah.
bad.
I mean, that's not bad either. I mean,
I think,
you could probably over leverage a smaller account with 0.25 and
Yeah.
double it. But yeah, but the confirmation for me, guys, is that back to the fib, right? Back to the fib, and how I always use the fib in every time in every scale. Okay. We have candles. We started the impulse from the one to the zero. Okay. Price is going to come in and retest the 23% buyers, and they'll step in anywhere between 23 and 38%. They'll start stepping in. And if they cannot establish themselves above the 23%, right? The 23% will take them back down to about the 50.
And I
This is,
think that's about where we're at right now. Currently,
mhm.
we're hanging, dangling below that 23%, and
And there it is, guys. So
it's
I try to look at the same thing over and over again, just in different scales. That's what I try to do. Focus on one thing. If I can't find it on this time frame, I'll try to find it in a different time. Okay.
right. So that's why, well, like when I mark up my charts for the week, I would take that entire. I'm still playing that one fib right there.
Perfect.
That's my golden fib because I'm looking for the retracement of that entire impulse, to come at least back to the 50 or 618. If gold behaves like it has been
I mean,
behaving.
and it is. I mean, it's behaving exactly how it is because
Right.
it's trying to get away, right? It's
Right.
trying to get above the 23%. How we say in Spanish, no se deja, right? It doesn't allow itself.
Right.
And so what's the next level that's going to go to the 50?
Down to the 50.
Right.
Exactly. Uh,
So yeah, good observation. That's actually, yeah, that's a great view of things. I do like that. 4 hour chart. Let's see where we're at.
so on the 4 hour, well, I'll do on the 4 hour. I'll actually fib the 1 hour instead of the 4 hour, but the 4 hour is really cool because you got the previous daily candlestick, which was better. So I would fib that previous daily candlestick.
The actual previous day,
Yeah.
the bullish one.
Yeah. Well, we already blew that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
we did.
We wicked
So
below the
what's
open.
catch
Isn't that
what
interesting?
was catching my attention, Dan, was actually this high, an actual a true swing, that high to this low.
Exactly.
That is what's
Exactly.
catching my attention
That's
here.
the impulse.
Okay, that's the impulse right now, guys.
Hmm.
And between Thursday, Friday, and Monday, and a little bit of Wednesday. I think that's the impulse. Okay, here it goes again. Okay, high to low. Okay, what is keeping price from really falling down at the moment? The
The 236.
236. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we dip down below a little bit, show that we want to go lower, but price needed to retrace. Look at that dynamo. It
Right
go
to the
back. It
50.
went to your
Right to my
50%.
number.
If we were to invert this scale, then look, we
I
can
know, right?
invert this scale. There it is. That's exactly what Dynamo was looking. That
That's my 1, 2, 3 strategy.
those
Yeah,
9 weeks of candlesticks are right here, right, Dan?
exactly.
There goes your fib. Price
Mhm.
came back into the 23.38%. It couldn't
Mhm.
break it. And once it broke it, it went back down and touched up 50%. So
Yep.
it's we want to be like these are the things that we want us to be looking at with gold. So I think if we get below down this 23%, okay, I think we go lower, guys. I really do think we
Mhm.
go lower. Style uh, previous week.
Yeah, so the
Is that
38.86 of that weekly low of what, 3 weeks ago?
yeah? Is that Bernie that I
That's
see? Hey Bernie, good to have you there. And also Sylvie there. I think you have sent me a message on Instagram, and I just cannot open my direct messages. I do apologize on that, but hanging in there. Good to see you there. You probably missed it at the beginning, but we're officially calling this Trade Lounge Sydney edition. Oh, nice. Always setting the the standard for being fit. But yeah, this is Trade Lounge Sydney edition. And the other one is Trade Lounge New York. Trade Lounge New York. And later on we'll get a volunteer to do Trade Lounge London. But anyways, yeah, so I like this, Dan. I like this. I like that we get back below the 23%. I do
Yeah.
like that a lot. If we go down in smaller time frames, okay, and we actually take this little small swing, right? Check that. That's
Right. Hmm.
high, low, okay,
Yep.
lower high, lower low. So how did that price move through the fib? Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, these hours. Okay. Impulse correction to the 61%. Boom. To the negative
I see
18.
right now it's at the
Extension.
382, tested it, and it hasn't even hit it's got to retest for it to complete to go down to 272. We're definitely gonna have to go low, get back to the negative 18. So that's why I think we're going to continue bearish
I
for a
like it, man.
while.
I like it. Yeah, you're right. This is technically not a lower low because it did not
Yeah,
hit the proper extension yet.
exactly.
So I think we're trying to get there. Yeah, nice catch there, man.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's see if we can find some confirmation. Literally, guys, just here in this level. Let's see if we can find some weight up top here to give the confirmation. So all I'm focusing in is on this pink zone. Let's see how the excuse me how the 12-hour looks. Okay, 8 hour, nice engulfing candle. We already retraced it, give or take. 4 hour chart. Nice engulfing
There's
candle
the
here, Dan.
BEC right there. Nice
Yep.
BEC right there.
I think on the 2 hour we had that flip zone. Remember this right here?
Yep. Now that's a double flip zone if you think about it.
Yeah.
And we hit it twice through. It didn't quite make it through.
Yeah.
That's still holding. And also, you got the supply BEC break of structure actually. These last three candlesticks, nice break of structure. Um, candlestick.
Okay. I thought you were gonna search something. I was waiting for it to come up.
Yeah. So yeah, these last yeah, that looks good. Let's see. Yeah, here's the BEC right in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that BC. I can't draw too good with my craziness, but yeah, that's the BEC. Play off of that, or at least fit that last candlestick, the last bearish candlestick.
Yeah, that 2 hour candlestick is very
Pretty
nice.
much,
I do like it.
pretty much. Yeah,
No, but I think I'm gonna stick with this fib right here, Dan. I do like that fib that we just drew.
yeah. The fib is beautiful. I like it.
Let's do this. Yes, I like this structure.
And that 2 hour flip zone is just going to be our big level of resistance at the moment.
And I would like some take profits. This is Dan's target. And to me, TP1, TP2. Right? So this fib represents that high and low. We're kind of hovering below 23%. I like that.
Hmm.
And
I like your
active,
TP1. I really like it.
yeah, just above that 4,000
Yep.
price level. So yeah, you're right. I like that as well.
And definitely like the 39.97.
Let's see how the momentum is looking right now. Yeah, everything's bearish, man.
Yep. Yeah.
Everything is bearish. So I like it, guys. I mean, it's just a matter about how high would it go, right? How if it wants to go a little bit higher, anything above that 2 hours, selling price. But I mean, I do like it. I do like it to the downside. Obviously, London is around the corner, and it'll price probably would not get the flow until the NFP news tomorrow morning at 7:30 Central Time on a Thursday. So yeah, so my speculation is down. My speculation is down. And there it is.
Cool.
But other than that, yeah, we'll wrap up today's trade lounge, guys. Hopefully, you got value
Oh, but
from
it's a
this.
beautiful retracement right on the 50 of the 204 box. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
The impulse, the touch the 50 of the 204 box. Oh, wow, that's just pretty.
Right there, right there.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, yeah, let me share this chart with you guys, and we will wrap it up here. Real soon, guys. I'm claiming myself as a professional coder, not a professional coder, an experienced coder now. A lot of my time has been used on that. Last week when I was a little ill, I spent a lot of time coding, and it's really fun, especially because I can customize my strategies, and I got some new updates coming. This one's pretty much complete, but I got some new updates down for the oracles, man.
Mhm.
So that's gonna be pretty fun. I'll give you guys a sneak peek just because you guys
Yeah,
know.
that's my other favorite tool.
So yeah, this is potentially the uh the new oracle, man, right here. So it's below the oracle, look for sales, above the oracle, look for buys. This is it's kind of
Um,
a little tied with the S&T a little bit, where we have a range here. And most importantly, right, I'm learning how to code signals. And look at that, guys.
oh,
I'm
cool.
I'm learning how to code signals. Anything that was in blue, take profit was hit. Anything that was in black, it was a stop loss.
Gotcha.
Look at all those moves right there. Look at all those
Wow.
moves right there. And yeah, so coding is where it's at. AI is where it's at when it comes to things. And there's not a more dangerous duo for somebody who knows how to read the charts and knows how to code, because I can have a coder as my Batman Robin duo, but it's a lot of grinding, it's a lot of trial and error, it's a lot of very specific little things that you're looking for, right? And you gotta be that same individual to CODIS, right? You can't rely on anybody else. Hey, I need this like this, I need this like that. I know this is one of the very things that you really do need to what do you call have that dual combination. And yeah, so
Yeah, it's time
that's
for me to break out my coding skills. I haven't done it in a while.
oh yeah, Daniel. You just benefit from the signals, man. That's all you gotta worry about, man. You don't have to worry about all that stuff.
Oh no, no. I mean, I that was my whole life. I was a computer
Oh,
programmer since the 80s,
that's true. That's
and
true.
I've gotten away from it, you know.
Yeah, we don't use it, you lose it, man.
I know, right? No, you never lose it, which
True,
is cool.
true. All right, guys. Well, we'll wrap it up. Charts there. I'll share them in the Telegrams and the WhatsApp just for people who couldn't make it today. And once the recording is done, I'll put them in the YouTube, and we'll see you guys in the chats, and we'll go from there. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening, great morning, Australia, Sydney, and Sydney time zone. We'll be back. Thank you. Bye now.
Bye.
See you, Animal. Appreciate you, man.
You're welcome.